Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Sleepout podcast. I'm your host Jay, and today I'm joined by my co-host Liam,
Howdy.
Finn,
What's up?
and today we've got a special guest, Leo, Mr. AG Dry himself.
How's it going, Leo?
Good man, eh?
Yeah, pretty good, mate. Well, welcome to the Sleepout show. It's a pleasure to have you on today. How's it been?
Been meaning to get you on for a while.
Yeah,
eh?
well, Leo is one of our good friends. Like, we've probably talked about him in stories in the past on the podcast, but he's one of the bros. He's one of life's great ones. And
One of the lives.
he's a bit of a legend for the catchphrase.
That's a bit of an overstatement for Leo.
Oh. Ouch!
I'm leaving. I'm out of here, bro. I don't want to be on this podcast. I'm out of here.
He's well known for his catchphrases A, G, and dry, which are delivered in a fashion which can only be done by himself.
You've got to wait for that one. Yeah.
We gotta wait.
It'll come, it'll come
It'll
eventually.
come. It'll come to the conversation. But
You'll wait.
I reckon we should discuss how we met this fine man here.
Bro, that would have been like before school started, I reckon. Eh?
Yeah, because with where we live.
Well,
Oh, sorry, Liam.
I've known you for ages, but then
But,
you moved to a different school, so we didn't really hang out for a good few years.
We
and then-
we were good mates for like, I think before school, and then like I think I remember being in like
We were kind of
daycare
all
with you and
mates.
stuff like that.
I
Yeah,
feel
we
like
were
we were all
good
mates until about year 8, and then you moved off to
I
a
was-
different school, and then we kind of separated for a couple of years, and then we just randomly started hanging out again.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, I moved off at the end of year 8, and then I was just like sitting at home, and the bro Jay hit me up. I think your mum actually texted my mum and
Really?
said,
That's a
Yeah, I
classic
think
way
so.
that you meet friends. Like, I don't know.
No,
it's,
this
yeah.
isn't meeting, bro. This
oh,
is
this is like
like that.
reconnecting.
"Reconnect."
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then like
true.
just sort of like after that we just started hanging out, and then
Nah, I'm
Look at
pretty
it
sure
now.
what it was is I saw you around on the boat down at the beach at summer, and then
Oh, yeah.
because I remember I saw you on the inflatable thing at Sandy at Sandy Bay, and then I was like, oh, we should just hang out, and then we just started hanging out all the time.
Yeah, it's kind
yeah, I
of like how
remember, we started going on bike rides and stuff.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like how we
Yeah,
met
we got
Will
another
in
one,
the first place. Was like we kind of hung out with him all in kindergarten, and then we like lost touch for ages, and then in high school kind of came back together and started hanging out. And now we've melded into
It's
this
become-
fucking amalgamation of a friend group.
I've only just like reconnected with Will in the last like
We kind
probably
of all
just
have.
before lockdown started.
This
I haven't seen
lockdown.
the guy for like ages. Yeah, it was only like
Yeah, that's true. We were kind
like a
of
month.
Yeah, you hadn't
before.
seen him in like a couple of years there.
Yeah, easily, bro. Like at least 3 or 4 years.
we were
And
friends
now
with.
now he's one of the best book.
He's
one of the boys.
He's absolutely one of the bros. We love Will.
boys.
Speaking of which, Will couldn't make it today. I'm not sure why, but he's just not sure.
Oh yeah, shit. We forgot to mention that. We just completely skimmed
we
past the
glossed
point that
over it.
wasn't
Oh
here.
no. Well,
Sorry about that, Will. If
yeah.
you're listening.
Will has not joined us today. Hopefully he'll be back for next week because I think we missed him on last week as well. But yeah. Now we've got Leo instead. We've still got 4. We've just got a different one. Leo, I met
I'm
you.
here to replace him, bro.
Nah, you're not here to replace him. You're here to be Leo, bro. You're here to be the man himself. I met Leo. I met you like.
I think our mums knew each other.
Yeah, it was one of those classic situations where it's like, hey, your kid is the same age as mine. They should hang out.
Yeah.
I think we met through our parents and then like hung out a lot in kindy. I remember I always used to go to your place when I was like 4. And do you remember that game we used to play where you'd make like vehicles? I can't remember what it was called, but
Yeah.
do you remember that shit?
Yeah, I do remember
That
that.
was
but I don't remember what we used to do it like. And I also remember going to yours when you were staying at your nan's house.
Yeah, when we were living. I was
and we
living
went and we were playing Lego.
there.
like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
remember all the
amazing.
Lego around, and I
Yeah, it was
remember we
awesome.
used to go down to the downstairs part and play on the computer, and we used to play like the train simulator
Oh,
and
the
shit.
train
Yeah, yeah.
simulator! That shit was sick. I remember once I was actually funny story about that downstairs. I remember once I was downstairs in there doing the exact same shit, but with Ollie, one of our other sort of mates back then. And this was at the point was he was my stepbrother. That's a whole story in itself. But we were playing, and suddenly,
Oh yeah, Leo might not know that.
oh yeah, that's for another
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Anyway, we were like playing this train game. It was like Microsoft Train Simulator 2010 or some crazy shit.
Yeah, right there, bro.
And suddenly I decided, oh, I'm gonna pretend. I didn't know how to use a phone. I was like 6, and I picked up the landline, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna pretend to call. And you know how, like, on old landline phones, if someone was having a phone call and you picked up another phone in the house, you could listen in on that phone call?
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened in, and I just, like, I fully heard, like, a full 20-minute conversation between my nan and her workmate about, like, law firms and shit. And I had no idea what it was on about, but I was fucking fascinated. 6-year-old me was sitting there just listening to this conversation like, holy shit, bro. Books.
And just turns out to be a lawyer.
It's got to be a lawyer, yeah.
Bro.
But I was
Turns out to be a lolly now.
I was listening to this shit for ages, and then I hand it to Ollie, and I'm like, you should listen to this. This is really cool. And he picks it up for 30 seconds, and he's like, I don't know what they're saying. What does it mean? That was
sounds pretty accurate.
That was crack up, yeah. But I mean, and then when the way I guess I reconnected with you, Leo, was the same way as everyone else. You just kind of came back into the friend group through Jay, and
Nah, I remember.
You remember?
We were down at Sandy. Yeah, we were down the first time I'd seen you in like probably within 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, it was on the inflatable trampoline donut thing.
Yeah, we hopped on this random
thing was
boat. We were jumping off it. Remember?
That's right. Yeah, for people that
Yeah, and we were doing backflips off it and shit.
for uncultured people, over here in New Zealand, we have I don't know if it's probably a common tradition elsewhere, but like over the summer, random people just drag out like these massive inflatable pontoons with a trampoline on the inside of them and just put them at beaches. And this one day, it was a few summers ago, there was just one on the beach next to Leo's house, and me and Jay were down there just like having a swim. And Leo was there, so we just decided to hang out for the first time in like 3 years, and it instantly felt like it was normal, like we'd been hanging out all those years.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
I'm pretty sure that like doing that only happens here, like putting out inflatable things like that.
Really?
Yeah, it wouldn't happen in
rest of New
Auckland or
Zealand.
anything.
Yeah, it would definitely not happen in Auckland.
Well, I
no.
mean, you couldn't really do it in Auckland because you'd just be swimming in fucking polluted, like, horse shit.
You'd just be swimming in pure amalgamated COVID.
Yeah.
No, we just get stolen, bro. You like put out this because they're like probably $1,000 for one of those things at least,
Yeah.
and it would literally just disappear in like a few days.
Yeah, someone
Or
would
a
pull
big
up on
hawk or
someone would
something.
pull up on their tinny and fucking like deflate it and tow it back in and sell it on trade me. We can
That's
make
what New
Can't
Zealand's
shut it
like.
down.
Bro, I reckon we can make
Council
make bank over summer doing that, just stealing people's pontoons and selling them.
Yeah, and making
Those
like
things are
$5 for a
so
whole
much
day
fun.
pass.
Yeah, we're just like commandeer. They're like floating.
Wait, yeah,
across
what
it,
if we
like,
do-
"What are
what
you
if
doing?
the-
You gotta go."
No, what if we just go down to the beach and one of those things there and just put a sign up like $5 for an hour access?
Yeah, just like
100%.
leave an honesty box there, and oh no, not even the people wouldn't.
No,
pay
we
if
just
it was on
sit there with chairs, Jay, and just tell people they can't go on unless they
Nah,
give us
Liam, we just-
$5.
Yeah, and
We
if they
just
do
sit
go
there.
on it, we'll just go and push them off.
No, we just sit there with your boat, like tied onto the side of it, like just sitting there, having a good time, and then charging money like to these kids that want to go on it.
Yeah,
Everyone would
it's
do
like these gullible
There's so many
like
tourists
8-year-olds just pull up and swim out, and they're
Yeah,
just like,
bro.
"Can we go in
Let's
the pontoon?"
extort the
And we're
young
just like,
minds.
"No."
Let's extort the young minds of New Zealand.
It sounds like a plan, boys.
It sounds like a plan, bro.
Speaking of
I'm
summer,
doing-
I'm so fucking excited for summer, man. I've
Same.
missed it so much. I've been going out swimming a lot recently, and like last week I swam with dolphins. That was crazy, and the water's been so nice. I just want summer to roll around with no COVID, so we can go out, or with COVID, but like at the point where we're living with it and we're all vaccinated and shit.
Be honest, it's almost better if there's no COVID. If there is COVID, because then there's no tourists here.
That's
It's just
true.
quiet.
Yeah.
Oh
it's all
yeah,
to
we'll have no
ourselves.
tourists this summer.
Yeah.
No one to run
Yeah.
over when you're driving down the road.
Countdown
on
is
their
going to be
bikes.
so much less busy as well.
Yeah, it will be.
Yes.
Think about all the people that come from like China and stuff like that. Like a lot
Bro,
of
Yeah,
a lot,
Palm Beach when it's fucking middle of
it's crazy.
summer,
It's
bro,
like-
it's actual
It's
fuck.
like Auckland, bro.
I'm working at a store on Palm Beach, and fucking like
Oh,
last
that'll be crazy.
last summer I only started about halfway through the summer last week, like last year, doing proper shifts, and that was like fucking working till 7, getting people coming in like up until
You
the
opened
minute
at
we
7.
over summer we're open till 7. Under lockdown we're only open till like 2, but when it goes summer and there's no restrictions, we're open till like 7, and there are still people coming in. The worst thing about that, though, is because we're so close to the beach, a lot of people that come in will just be, like, sandy-footed, fucking, like,
Yeah.
people dripping wet with towels tied around them and shit. And I'll be, like, 5 minutes until close, I'll be mopping, and the whole family comes in, dripping water and sand, here to grab, like, ice blocks. And I'm just like, oh, no, fuck off. It's the worst. It even happens now under lockdown. There'll be people that are going for beach walks and they'll come in sometimes with their dogs because we're like a pet-friendly store, which is pretty mean. But they'll come in with like muddy, footed fucking dogs and like sandal over their feet and just be like, "Hi, can we get a coffee?" And I'll be like midway through closing. It's shit. It sucks.
Wait, I just realised.
Yeah?
Everyone that we've had on the podcast is an essential worker.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh wait,
Oh.
Mateus.
No, Mateus
Yeah.
is an essential worker.
Nah, yeah, Mateus isn't.
He was his
not,
taco
yeah.
place wasn't open under level 4.
He's a taco. man.
Imagine, bro. We're essential workers. Whereas we're fully
Yeah,
vaxxed
we're all
essential workers.
Fuck. Countdown, boys. You
Yeah.
ready for when Christmas hits, bro?
No,
Yeah,
I'm not looking
no.
forward to the music.
It's
Definitely not looking for that
especially-
music.
No, bro. You shouldn't. The music is like the easiest part.
It's the people.
Bro, you know, you're on checkout, so you guys just
I
scan
mean,
orders. I have to
We have to deal
walk
with
around the store
thousands of
collecting
people, though, who are constantly complaining and yelling at you for fucking retarded.
You remember that one year that was like a perfect summer, and all the checkouts were lined out all the way down the aisle. It's like aisle 10 right at the end where there's the
Yeah, I remember
butter
that.
and stuff. I remember there was like a queue the whole way around
It's
the corner of
fucked,
the supermarket. It
bro.
was crazy.
It's like
It was
the
actually
supermarkets get. We don't get that busy we don't get that much more busy other than we already are.
Yeah.
It's always Christmas Day that we get people coming in for the fucking Christmas Day picnic and like coming in to grab like dessert and shit.
Boxing Day, man.
Oh, Boxing
I mean,
Day,
not
yeah.
Boxing Day, sorry,
Yeah,
the day
no.
before Christmas.
Yeah,
Christmas
yeah.
Eve.
Christmas Eve is the worst.
That's when Countdown goes
Yeah, yeah.
crazy because that's people
Oh,
buying
yeah,
in
fuck.
preparation.
Yeah, like
No, it's
last
also
minute
people
presents and
buying,
shit.
people buying last minute presents. Sure.
Yeah, like
Bullshit, bro.
fuck, I forgot my uncle. Runs into Countdown, buys like a
Yes.
bottle of wine.
Yeah, you get so
Or
many
a box
people
of
with like,
favorites.
you get so many people with a box of Maltesers and a card, G.
Nah, bro, this is the classic. A box of Cadbury flavor favorites, a box of
Yeah, yeah.
scorched almonds, and a
Yeah,
box
the
of
Yeah.
scorched almonds. Because the scorched almonds are always on like 80% sale over Christmas.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
You know what? I've figured out that people buy a lot of like soy milk. Pretty much every shift I've worked. If someone's buying soy milk, they will at least buy 4 liters of it. I had
Holy
someone buy
shit.
15 bottles of soy milk.
Oh my
I'm
god.
like, how do you drink that? Like,
'cause-
how do you go through that much?
Some people are soy milk's full of estrogen, bro. People are just trying to drink that estrogen and become a sissy femboy. No,
I'm sure they are.
No,
Sure, bro.
And today I had someone ordered, I think it was like 5 3-liter bottles of Kerry juice. They
Jesus.
ordered 14 bottles of Antipodes water. It's like which is that really
Yeah, the
fancy
fancy
water.
water.
Oh,
which
the
is probably,
glass bottled
which
shit
is
that they sell
probably
at
no
restaurant.
different to fucking regular water.
Oh no, it's not. They sell
It's
it.
the
They
same,
sell it
it's
at
the
my
same.
old. They sell it at where I used to work, and they sell it for like $12 a bottle.
It's
Yeah, it's crazy.
The
It's
bottles
actually
are-
Insane.
Oh,
But
one
they
that-
sell it for like $5 a bottle at the
I had
supermarket.
a
Yeah.
guy once come in and the total of his shop was $1,000.
Holy
But the
it
thing
beer?
is, no. The thing is, it was all of it was just champagne.
What the
Holy
fuck?
fuck.
It was nothing but champagne.
You know what would be the
What?
worst? If she comes in with like $1,000 order of champagne and then can't pay for it and it's just like, oh well, I'll leave it here and it has to be done by putbacks.
It'd be worse than but it'd be worse than
that'd be hard.
$1,000 worth of shopping.
Yeah, it's
Oh
fine.
yeah, no, that'd be so bad. That'd be horrible.
$1,000 worth of shopping, right?
Yeah.
And they're
think I just
paying
got-
10-cent coins.
That's
I
like
could just go up to
literally
Ben
just
and
give
say you
up.
can do this.
there's 10.
Just walk
That would be
off, bro.
10,000 10-cent coins. The change
I'd probably
machine would just
quit.
be
Honestly,
like,
if someone
No,
pulled up
you're
with
no, you're
10,000
allowed. You're
10-cent
allowed
coins,
to
I'd-
refuse service. I just go. This guy's being
Yeah,
a dick and just walk off.
fuck this.
I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not counting 10,000 10-cent coins.
A lot of people seem to come into my work and order like they'll get like usually it's just a coffee, but like it's always the kind of change spending coffee. They don't want to pay for it with their normal money, but they have change lying around, so they're like, oh, I'll go buy something. And they come in, they've got like a fucking bankroll of 20-cent coins, and they're like, can I pay for $15 with this? And I'm like, fuck off. And like I've had points with the change machine, like the change box and the cash register just overflowing with a certain type of coin, and it's so annoying. You'll come
You
to
just
my work,
pocket it and
pay
say the
normally.
register was full. You're like, no one else.
I
No, the
can't
register
do
was
that. I can't legally
Encouraging
do
youth
that.
crime.
Right, it's just what you gotta
That's
do.
what Leo does.
Oi,
Yeah,
shut up.
we can't leave this
Any
cinema.
countdown employees? Nah, joke.
The thing with our friend group that I find so crack up is like, as you said before, there's like, out of the if you count our friend group as the group chat, which I pretty much do, the Schlurp group chat, that's
Yeah.
11 of us. Of those 11, 7 work at one place at the supermarket, and then everyone else is employed. But we just fucking countdown takeover, bro. We're gonna take over. We're gonna overthrow the shop. And
I
then it's gonna
really
be
want
ours.
eventually the
Let's wait for the
whole
day where we all
checkout-
call in sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, that's
no,
gonna
bro,
happen
when we go to Great Barrier,
now.
it's gonna be
Oh,
hot.
that
When we
reminds me,
all-
I've got to apply for those.
Because
Yeah.
literally everyone.
When
is
we
gonna
all
apply
go to
for
Great
it.
Barrier, the countdown's gonna be down 7 workers. No, 6, because Jaden's not coming.
Oh, man,
Unless he
right.
does.
No, Jaden's coming.
Oh fuck, okay, they're gonna be down 7 workers then. We were gonna have Jaden on tonight, but he was like, nah. It's just Leo. We kidnapped Leo, Jaden forcefully
Yeah,
did
it's
not
just
come.
Leo. What a downgrade, am I right?
I know, bro. Oh no, I didn't mean it
Well, I
like
mean, you
that.
can't- No, you cannot get better than Jade. So it's all
Aw, cute.
Jade.
Guys, Leo and Jaden are in a gay relationship.
Oh, you didn't have to tell everyone.
Well, this is your official coming out video.
That's actually why I got this. That's
Yeah,
why I came
that's
on this
actually why I
podcast.
came on this podcast. I want to make an announcement, guys.
It's like our
I'm
good
actually
friend,
a toaster.
our good friend Luca, and his grandmother, Leo, is it you? That
Oh,
yeah. If
So-
you tell us.
our friend Luca, actually, does someone else that
No,
was there want to
I'll
tell
say-
the story?
So,
Leo,
we're
you go.
we're
hard.
at Liam's house. We're at Liam's house, and we just like, had a sleepover, and we're all just about to leave, and Luca gets a call from his gran, and he picks up, and he says he was just talking, and he's like, "Oh, I'm hanging out with my mates," and then he was like, "Oh, one of my mates has got something to tell you," and he's like, "Oh, he's gay, by the way," and I just started chasing Luca down the driveway, and ever since, every time Luca calls his gran, she asked how I am and how his gay.
How his gay
is.
friend is. That's so fucking funny. It's just stuck in her mind that you're Luca's gay friend.
I really hope you guys meet one day.
Well, what's everyone been doing to pass the time under lockdown?
I just finished Squid Game.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
I did
yeah.
that last week as well.
Have you guys
I
watched
wanted,
it?
but I can't. I just
Liam,
can't
have
I've
you
watched
finished
half
it?
of it.
I've watched 30 seconds of it.
Oh. So
It's
you
because they're beta males and they watch it dubbed.
I know, I can't believe it, bro. You just gotta watch it subbed. It's so much better. Because the
Well,
dubbing's
just
like...
subbed.
The
I
dubbing
hate
is
watching
like...
subs.
Bothered reading subtitles, bro.
Yeah, I can't be bothered watching how many episodes it's. It's 9 episodes of reading. I cannot
That's
be bothered.
jack shit.
That's all good. The thing is, the
I thought it was a lot longer than
subtitling actually gives it tension. The dub is like, Ellie, we have to finish the game, otherwise
Yeah,
they'll
yeah,
kill
yeah.
us. It's so shit. It's just one of those shows. It's kind of crack
Nah,
up
the
though.
thing is though, is like I watch it unsubbed because that's actually how it's intended to be acted. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, totally.
You
yeah.
can see the true emotion and shit.
Also,
behind
the
it.
thing is, if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
watch it dubbed and subtitles, the dub doesn't match the subtitles because it's translated differently. So, like, I tried to do that.
Yeah.
We did that once when I was eating dinner and I couldn't be fucked, like, looking at the screen while eating because I kind of had to focus on my meal.
You
So,
absolute fat.
Get that
bro,
focus.
I was eating a full bowl of ramen. If I made one wrong move, that shit was going all over the couch.
Oh, that's actually a dangerous move. You've got to be
It's,
careful. when you do that.
definitely a dodgy
That's
maneuver.
actually- that
But
is-
I was watching it and then I look up and like the dubbing's on and the subtitles are on and it says one thing and the subtitle reads another and I'm like, hold on, what? It was very very
It's
crazy.
pretty good. The twist though, sadly, the twist at the end got spoiled for me.
Oh, I didn't even realize it was a twist. I thought it was just a kind of different plot point. Saying that is
You
what
know,
the
Well,
just
twist
yeah, I
tell
mean,
me
it
'cause I'm
wasn't-
probably never
it-
gonna finish it.
It wasn't
Yeah.
really so you know the old man, you know,
Yeah.
player one, he's the original. He created the whole game.
Oh, I already knew that.
Ah,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about, to be honest. But that's
well,
okay.
anyway, it's
I got
okay, bro.
spoiled, but nah, it's a good show, man.
It is a good show. Yeah, it's a fucking.
It reminds me of. It made me want to watch more Korean stuff. Like I've really started rewatching Alice in Borderland,
Yeah, Korean media is awesome.
especially Parasite.
Parasite. Some of my favorite movies like Parasite, Peninsula. Have you guys seen Train to Busan? Like the
Nah,
Korean zombie horror movie. That is a fucking great movie, and they made a sequel to it called Peninsula, and that's awesome. They're all great movies.
Yeah, I've been told that's very good.
Yeah, and Hashtag Alive. I've seen that like 3 times now, but it's a pretty mean movie.
I've heard, that seemed pretty shit to me.
It's alright. It's one of those movies that film critics like this says a lot about our society because they're all on their phones. Joker fans.
Isn't a zombie fucking
It is a
thing,
zombie
though?
movie, but the way they get picked up at the end, because they're all like stuck in their buildings and shit, the way they get picked up is they post a photo of them on Instagram with their address and the hashtag #ILive, and that's where the name of the movie comes from.
Oh.
And then military teams were just going through and checking like social medias for the hashtag alive.
It's so dumb.
It's a pretty shit kind of ending, but it's
such a dumb plot. What the fuck?
yeah, the whole movie, other than the zombie bits, it's just kind of like technology is bad because there's one bit like the whole premise is that the dude that like the main character is like a
Is he a
hardcore.
video game addict?
Yeah, he is. The main character is like a streamer. He's a CS:GO streamer.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And
He's
there's like
addicted
scenes
to
of him
CS:GO.
playing and shit. And he starts like binge drinking because the Wi-Fi goes out and he can't play CS:GO.
Oh yeah, that's right. He gets really depressed because he.
Yeah, and starts
can't
binge
play
drinking.
CS:GO, bro.
All things being said, it's a great
like
movie.
Gavin in 10 years.
Jay, you got to join us for poker one day. Me, Liam, Jaden,
Oh,
and
man.
Leo. We've been playing a lot of this game called Prominence Poker, and that is a good game. Anyone that likes poker but doesn't want to spend money and is broke, you should get Prominence Poker because it's a free poker game that uses just in-game chips. And we're all not very good at it, apart from like.
We do not have a sponsorship.
We do not have a sponsorship. Yeah, that wasn't an advert. I just realized how much it sounded like one. But
Yeah. And if you guys want to play poker today,
And if you guys want to play poker for free,
Steam.
use
Go into the description. There's a
prominencepoker.com
link in the
slash
description.
sleepout shit my pants for 5% off. A free game.
Yeah, I'm a free game. Get some free chips.
That's a good one though. We've had some moments playing that to the point where we could probably make a video out of just highlights of all of our highs
Actually,
and
that'd be
lows.
pretty funny.
That would be a pretty good video because I know Liam, you've won some. You've definitely won some and lost some in your time playing poker.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I was down to $100 like a few hours ago, and now I'm back up to 50 grand. So it's all good.
Mate,
It's a very
you
This game is just gonna make you guys become gambling addicts.
100%. Yeah,
whatever,
definitely.
bro.
I'm
Not
already
gonna
committed
happen.
to it, bro.
Speaking of gambling addicts, you know who's a massive gambling addict? Steve will
Me.
do it.
100%.
Bro,
Oh,
have you
yeah.
seen his videos? It's actually fucked. Like, he legit loses like $300,000 like every video
Yeah, no.
just on online gambling.
He'll just be sitting there like in the introduction of his video, and he's just got his computer out in front of him.
Who's
Like,
it?
he's
Yeah.
just bet like Steve will do
Steve
it.
will
and
do
then
it.
bet,
Oh
like,
no.
Yeah, one
He's
time,
such a big gambling addict.
one time he won like 300,000 that night. Flew on a private jet to LA and then lost it all in one night. It was like 2 days or something in LA. He lost 300k.
Yeah,
What I've
yeah.
thought about recently is with with Las Vegas being like a debt hole of people that have lost money over like poker game or like just gambling in general. What happens if you like fly to Las Vegas, bet all your money, and then you still have like a fund left over for your flight home and like your accommodation and shit, but then you get so desperate that you bet that? What happens then? Do you just end up
Then you're
stuck in
stuck there.
fucking
You're
Las
just
Vegas?
homeless.
That's
so in
so
Las Vegas,
fucked.
there's this. No, in Las Vegas, there's because it never rains there, right? But I think it's like once every 5 years it rains really bad. So they've got these massive drainage.
It's like a
like-
monsoon, but for
No,
Las
it is.
Vegas.
It is. No,
heard-
they've
yeah.
got these
Really?
massive drainage pipes underneath, like these massive, go for like kilometers and kilometers.
Under the
And
street.
people who do under the whole Las Vegas, and
That's crazy.
people do that, and they literally they lose all their money, come there for a good weekend, lose all their money, and then live in
End
these
up
tunnels.
living in these drainage tunnels.
And
Holy
there's a
fuck.
it's no, it's actually crazy, and it's like there's a whole lot of these videos of people that go in there and just look at it, and there's just people that have found like mattresses on the side of the road and made like whole houses underneath Las Vegas.
That's
And
fucked.
there's like these
That's so
grates that look up
fucked.
and they can see.
I
Like, a
find that
massive
kind of
casino
cool
running
though, how
off.
there's just like an underground city.
No,
The
yeah,
whole
it's actually
underground
Just
pretty
a
cool.
society.
gambling addict, like
No.
drug addict.
We're sitting here like in our fucking. We're all sitting here in our homes that our parents own, and we're just like.
PC setups.
And our PC setups are like, bro, I find it so cool how there's a complete underground city of broke homeless people. I mean, the thing is about that kind of reminds me of this was a topic a while ago or this was kind of a consensus a while ago when Trump was the president, and it still kind of stands today. America is like it's a third world country masquerading as a first world one, because everyone reckons that like, and America says this a lot. They say that they're like the greatest nation in the world. They're so advanced, but there are like
the free and shit.
Yeah, but there are like 2.5 million people incarcerated in U.S. prisons. There are people living in drainage ditches like everywhere. The poverty is like one of the worst problems there. The legal minimum wage is like $5 an hour, which is fucked. That's like That's $7 an hour here. That's like $7 an hour.
Yeah, it's literally the minimum wage in most of America is $8 New Zealand dollars.
That's holy fuck. That's like over.
And people have to legit like feed their whole family off $8 an hour.
Yeah, that's less than minimum. That's less than half of minimum wage in New Zealand. It's fucked.
You were getting paid $10 an hour for a while, Finn.
I mean, yeah, I did get paid like $10 an hour when I first started working where I work now, but that was because I was like not officially rostered and shit, and I was still kind of trying it out. But now that I'm working there properly, I'm getting the correct wage.
Nah, I just remember you coming back. We were like having a sleepover, and we're like, "Oh, how much are you getting paid, bro?" And you're like, $10 an hour. It's pretty mean.
That was
we
literally.
Just all went, what are you on about, bro?
That was literally for my first like 4 shifts. After that, I was getting proper training wage and then proper like regular wage. Yeah, because they
thought about countdown straight off the bat. They just pay you full.
That is really good. It's because with other employers, that's like
it's because it's a big corporation.
Yeah, oh, it's not training wage. It's starting out wage. They can charge you $16 an hour for the first 6 months.
Yeah.
And I started at 15, so they don't even have to pay you.
Yeah.
Like jack.
Underrated.
15, they can literally pay you $1 an hour, pretty much.
Yeah, it's only when you're 16 they legally have to pay you like training, like training wage.
I was talking to Ben today, and he was like saying that you legally can't work until you're 16 because it's child labor, and I was like, well, that's just not true.
Well, technically with child labor laws, there is like a limit, but it's not 16. Fuck no.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, mate,
it's like 7.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Like, you're so what?
As long as you're getting paid, it's not child labor.
Yeah,
I love working.
He was like, oh, technically it's counted as education, and I'm like, what do you mean?
It's a job. Some people quit their education for a job. How is it the same thing?
Countdown to get educated.
Me learning how to
educated and how to bloody count down the hours to your break.
Yeah. Well, we're fucking still not recording in person. I know, Leo, you hope to do your official episode, which we'll have an official Leo episode. This is just Leo joining us for a cheeky guest feature. We want to do that. You wanted to do that in person.
This is the official episode, bro.
This could be one of the official. We've done 2 episodes with Mateus. We can do multiple with Leo.
Bro, it doesn't have to be an official episode. It's just an episode with Leo.
That's true. Yeah, the Mateus episode was just a special episode. But I just want to record in person. That was the whole purpose of that conversation. Man. It's been like 9 weeks or 8 weeks since it's been 9 weeks since we recorded in person.
It's so sad because we recorded the first 2 podcasts in person, and then the 3rd episode we were like, oh, we'll probably have to record like 1 or 2 podcasts in
lockdown, because we expected this to be way shorter.
And it's just like 12 podcasts later. It's like, well,
yeah, we're up on over 2 months of lockdown now, or very very much coming up close on 2 months of lockdown.
I don't even remember.
We've been in lockdown for 9 weeks.
I've got no memory of what it was like not being in lockdown.
We've been in lockdown for 2 months and 1 week.
And now they're sending us back to school. That's a hot topic we can talk about. We are still gaining like hundreds of cases today. We got 80 cases today. It was 105 yesterday and 129 before that, or something along those lines. And yet, the day after tomorrow, we go back to school.
It's just because they're so desperate for exams to happen for some fucking reason.
Yeah, it's because a lot of people will be fucked over without exams. But yeah, there are so many other ways to do it. It's just NCAA is stubborn.
What they could have done is they could have cancelled exams and just used all derived grades.
Yeah. But where the teacher just assesses
it was the plan that the teacher says how well you performed in class and what they think you'd get on it.
Yeah,
that's what they were going to do in the first lockdown.
So it still wouldn't fuck everyone over. People would still get their credits.
Yeah, because if you
Yeah.
actually worked hard in class, then you would get.
I kind of wish that had happened because
marks.
I'm a diligent guy. I work decently hard in class.
Yeah, I'd be getting another
Not
achieve
to talk
straight up.
myself.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
that reminds me of how Jaden
Like,
one year before prize, it was like day of prize giving, and he was like, anyone who gets diligence is stupid, and then he got diligence. I laughed so
in
hard.
his
bro.
own words. I remember
Diligence is basically just a participation award.
it's participation or like
It's like you were
teacher's
good,
pet.
but not good enough.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
oh no, it's like good kid award. It's like teacher's pet pretty much.
yeah.
It's
pretty
like
much.
I remember Mateus boasted about getting
Got
diligence.
it 3 years in a row.
Yeah, Mateus boasted about getting diligence 3 years in a row, and he's like, "It's just in my blood, bro. I'm Canadian."
I've gotten like one award, and it was top of outdoor education.
Yeah. Now, Liam,
Yeah, I
remember
have
didn't we
no-
get shared
no
top
awards.
in digital?
Oh,
like, the
yeah,
year before last.
Shared top and digital like ages ago.
Do you
No,
remember that fucking?
Liam, bro,
Oh, sorry.
we got that digital award in like year 6,
Oh yeah,
bro. Do you remember that?
yeah, you got to keep it for a year, and then I got to keep it for a year.
Yeah, bro.
I remember
that was the best moment of my life.
Liam, remember we got in the local newspaper for the shit we designed over lockdown last year?
Oh yeah.
And
Wait, what?
we last year
Bro, I made that app at like 4 a.m.
yeah. Brent's probably listening to this. Last year, our media's teacher Brent gave us like an extra task to do for like a few. I think it was for credits. I can't remember, but we entered in this like competition to make an app which kind of suits the purposes of lockdown and COVID and shit. So we made a hand washing timer app where we like tap to start, and then it tells you exactly 20 seconds and like what to do at each point. And I remember Liam coded pretty much all of it. It looked like pretty basic code. Our friend Adam did some of the design, and all I did was make like 3 shitty beats on FL Studio at like 2 in the morning and submitted them, and I got credited as much as everyone else did. And
they put you in the newspaper.
They put us in the local newspaper, yeah. They were like, they called us fucking tech whizzes or some shit, because we got put forward to this competition. And we didn't even get like any award for the competition or anything. We just got MIT said it was good, and that's it. Like MIT in America. And they probably said that it was probably an automated email for like 100 different fucking apps.
Yeah.
But we still got
That just shows how small of a town we live in.
that's
Goes in the newspaper.
yeah, that's important news.
It's literally like the headline of the newspaper, probably.
Yeah. That fucking last year felt like a fucking blur. It doesn't feel like we're at the end of 2021 already.
I keep forgetting
It
this.
feels like we're still in 2020, bro.
Yeah. Well,
No,
I mean,
I like 2018 was 3 years ago.
that's fucked.
I just can't believe we're year 13 next year.
Yeah. Do you guys
Yeah,
remember?
it's weird, man.
You guys remember that movie that was made by the same people as Black Mirror called like "Fuck You 2020" or like "Death to 2020," which like recapped everything fucked that happened in 2020? That's now like nearly a year old, and I feel like I watched that yesterday. It's fucked.
Yeah, 2020 was fucked.
2020.
You know what's happened to the
2021
protesters?
hasn't been that eventful. Like some shit has happened, but it hasn't been as crazy. After 2020, like this year seemed way more fucking like.
The thing is with last year that made it feel so crazy is because last year was when COVID was like a fresh thing, and we were all like, "Oh my god!" Like,
Yeah, and there was Australia wildfires.
yeah,
And
there
like
was
for a while, everyone thought World War III
was
was
gonna
gonna
happen.
start, and like
because Trump had some beef with Iran.
yeah,
And there were all those riots in America, like the Black Lives Matter
Yeah.
protests that, you know,
That's right.
pretty much all of those riots were started as undercover police that went into the crowd as protesters and set shit on fire to give reason for the police to then shoot at the protesters. It's like so much of it was all like a setup. That's just how fucked the American police is. Because there's proof of it and shit. It's crazy. But that ended up, like, there were whole towns on fire, and I think it was Minnesota was the one that was hit hardest. Which is crazy. It's fucked.
That's really not good.
But I mean, it's good that the protest happened, because the shit that they were protesting over, like the death of George Floyd and shit, that was just fucked, that whole situation.
I feel like with that thing though, like a lot of the protesters, like they thought they were actually being proactive, but in reality they weren't at all.
There were a lot of people destroying.
They were really not being proactive. Like how was
I felt
smashing?
bad for like the small businesses that were just getting
were
like
destroyed,
their
yeah.
fucking doors.
The thing
kicked
is
in and,
like they're protesting against the murder of George Floyd, and like unarmed black people getting killed by police in America, but like, how is bashing in a window of a small bakery that is probably owned by a poor black family?
Yeah, that's the thing. There are
supporting that, you know.
There are a lot of issues with people like that were protesting for actual rights having to basically cover up for the behavior of people that just came out there for a riot. There was like Jake Paul got in trouble. I think it was Jake Paul. It might have been Logan.
He got arrested. Yeah,
he got arrested for fucking running up,
participating in riots in Arizona.
Yeah, and robbing, like stealing shit. Which is just fuck. That brought a really bad name to the whole Black Lives Matter movement.
Remember how you guys know Gypsy Crusader?
I don't think so.
That guy on the internet who he's in jail now for like illegal firearms or something.
Oh, awesome.
But you know that guy used to be on Amiga and he'd just say like a whole bunch of racist shit and
yeah.
You know the reason why he started doing that was because at some Black Lives Matter protest that he was at reporting it or something, he got jumped and beaten nearly to death by the protesters, and that's why he turned so racist and shit and started going crazy.
Holy fuck. There were a lot of people. I remember that was a whole that whole kind of riot community was crazy because there was a while back then where all my Explore page, for some reason, was tips on how to riot properly. There was shit like bring a backpack with extra water, turn off your phone so that you can't be tracked in case you're taken by the police and shit. Yeah, it was crazy. And then there was the whole the people that the three dudes that showed up to the protest in full riot gear that everyone was just going crazy over because they were these 6'7" tall people wearing full riot police gear who were ex-Marines. But for some reason, with the state of the internet, there were people that are oh my god, riot guy, you're so hot. And that was a whole thing.
I remember that shit. There were those guys wearing the...
Yeah.
There was so many videos
Halo
and photos of them. Yeah. Oh, have you seen that video of the guy with the homemade shield with the... You know, they had the water blasters for protesters?
Yeah, and he was holding it back with a garbage can lid.
Yeah.
One of my favorite videos.
Captain America.
One of my favorite videos from that that whole period of last year was a video of a protester, a police group tear gassing a protest, and the dude at the front of the protest hitting the tear gas grenade back with a tennis racket, and it exploding in the ranks of the police officers.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's such a baller move,
so
bro.
Funny.
But yeah, last year was fucked, man. This year has felt
This year is fucked.
This year is fucked. This year's less fucked.
This year's more. It's kind of more, to be honest. I mean, we've been in lockdown
that happened in
more
Afghanistan,
times.
bro. That shit.
So the whole.
The video of the guys climb on the planes and stuff.
Yeah, falling off when they were taking off. Did you see? There was that one guy who was posting on. I saw these screenshots of his posts on 4chan. He was a dude who got deployed by the British military who got left behind there. And he didn't even realize they were evacuating until the day one of the last planes left. So he's just staying there, and he's been posting blog posts on 4chan hey guys, just hiding out under a shattered alleyway hoping the Taliban don't find me. And posting updates on where he's going and shit, and he's gained this massive following of people that are just rooting for him to stay the fuck alive.
Is he still there?
I don't know, actually.
One day he's just gonna stop posting.
Surely he got saved.
I'm gonna look this up actually, because
they would have gone back for him.
Yeah, nah. Especially if you've got a fucking massive cult following on social media.
Yeah. Well, no. Remember the US fucked over loads of people in Afghanistan, pretty much just putting a massive red target on their head.
Yeah.
Because they put out all the names of every American who is in Afghanistan right now.
You know, one of the last places...
And then all the Taliban started hunting all those people.
Yeah. You know, one of the last American-held, areas of Afghanistan was the Kabul airport McDonald's, which was being manned by US Marines for 6 months.
Jeez.
Imagine that.
Times when when in the middle of when all that stuff was happening, I went on Snap Maps, and it was right where everything was happening. You know how there's those red dots where you can click on things?
Yeah, you can see people's stories from different areas.
It was just these guys just sitting in a room playing Xbox in the middle of all the stuff happening with the Taliban. It was hilarious.
There was all those clips of people playing CS:GO and shit on.
Yeah, it's one that I saw.
Because people just use VPNs to make them be in Afghanistan.
Yeah. There was one that I saw that was like from Kabul that was like, hope the Taliban don't take my TMs, and it was a photo of some shoes.
Fucking retarded.
That dude that I was talking about wasn't actually he wasn't a Marine. He was just a British dude who went there on a holiday. Because he wanted to go
even worse.
He wanted to go somewhere that wasn't boring. He said he posted on social media saying,
well, he certainly didn't go somewhere boring.
Yeah.
He went there at the time where it was the least boring
place on earth. He posted on social media, "I've bitten off more than I can chew, and something has not gone to plan, resulting in this situation." Which is like the most. That's so funny.
I hope he's still alive.
I wonder what's. He found. This is a quote. He found himself unable to fly out of Kabul, posting on Facebook that he was in a bit of a pickle.
You don't say.
You don't say at all. I wonder how he's doing. He's just a British student.
That's the most British thing ever. Oh yes, I am being trapped and I'm on the run from the Taliban.
A bit of a pickle.
With a pickle. I just imagine him like held up in like a room with like
in like a
gun.
cell. He's like
screaming.
Right,
what's all this then? Right, what's all this then, you tossers?
What's all this about then?
You tossers. Oh, I've got a timeline of his trip. Let's see. He's been to Chernobyl as well. He seems like one of those people that just doesn't want to go places that are boring. Which, like, fair enough.
No,
okay.
It's not fair enough. Why would you go to Afghanistan or Chernobyl out of anywhere?
Holy shit!
Chernobyl would be pretty cool.
He only got out of Afghanistan in August. He got to Dubai. Oh no, okay. He was only there he landed there on August 13th, and he left. August 16th. He was only there for 3 days.
Oh, lame.
Okay. I thought it was way longer for some reason.
Ben, you fucked the whole story.
Oh, good, bro.
I thought he'd been there for like months now, some shit, and he was like
hiding in a
He's been on a massive desert mission to do.
Yeah, he's just been on a mission, Jay.
He just walked to do that.
Joined the Taliban.
I was watching a.
Oh, mate, this is a bit of a pickle.
I'm a bit of a pickle. You actually joined Taliban.
I've accidentally joined.
Speaking of shit like that, I was watching a video recently about North Korean people deserting North Korea because I know Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's done a
fucking hate that man.
He's done a few episodes with a North Korean deserter. And I was watching, the channel Real Life Law, like one of those channels that makes infographics videos pretty much about random shit.
Yeah.
I was watching his video about how hard it is to escape North Korea, and it's fucked, bro. Because you can't go. The easiest way is to get across to South Korea, because if you end up in South Korea, you're immediately given citizenship. Like if you escape North Korea, because they just basically hate North Korea. But it's like the border is the most patrolled border on Earth, and it's patrolled by like full-on army squadrons with like tanks and shit. The only other ways out are all the way to the north to Russia, because if you go across the northern border to China, they just send you back to North Korea. Which is fucked. Imagine escaping just to realize you're in China and ending up back in North Korea.
So ratchet.
I was thinking about the other day how bad it would be if New Zealand got invaded. Like, we are starved.
We're so fucked. Yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere. We do have a lot of allies, though.
I think I just hit to barrier.
We're friendly with everyone, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll just get out.
Most people like us, so I don't think we will get invaded regardless.
But, like, still... Imagine how bad it would be if, because we've got nowhere to go.
I was just thinking.
Just go to the south.
And this is like a really retarded.
Go live in the mountains, bro.
You know that guy, and he's like the guy that's like, my head does not look like a sodding Tic Tac.
Yeah.
Do you guys know that guy?
Yeah. Callum's Corner. Yeah. He used to have beef with Memulus.
So basically, I've thought of a new TV show idea.
Mm-hmm.
So they get Callum's Corner and leave him completely stranded with nothing in North Korea.
What?
And then they just follow him around and see his journeys of North Korea.
What?
That's a good one.
That
I
sounds
feel
like
like
a...
it would be funny though. Like Kim Jong Un would go up to him and start speaking Korean. He's like, "I do not look like a sodding TikTok."
I am Callum's corner. You look like a square.
Yeah, like, don't you think it would be funny?
That would be pretty funny.
It would be pretty funny.
Another thing about escaping to North Korea, the easiest way out by sea is sailing all the way to Japan, which is it's like a 300-mile sail. And 3 people have done it somehow. They've just ended up washed up. One guy ended up washed up on the shores of Korea on a fucking raft that he built.
Wait, what? He ended up washed up on the shores of Korea. Didn't
Sorry,
he escape?
of Japan.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's all good to say.
I was like, that wouldn't be very good if he escaped Korea and ended up washed on the shores of Korea.
That would be so bad. You're trying to swim away from somewhere and you end up back on the same shore.
And then they just take you as a prisoner and don't realise you've already come from Korea. They just take you in as someone they think you're trying to invade.
Oh no, the thing is with that is in
They
North
just kill you.
in North Korea, even if they try and even if you try and escape, they kill you. And if you do manage to escape, they kill your entire family
Yeah.
that's still there. It's so
Jesus.
fucked.
It's
Yeah.
mainly COVID. North Korea's got no COVID whatsoever.
Yeah, it's because literally the first case they got, they just shot him.
Yeah. That's
To
what
be
leaks are
fair,
saying.
Look, this is all I'm saying.
I'm not gonna back up
Yeah.
Kim Jong Un here.
Look,
But-
I'm not
Because
to
how
back
do
up
they
Kim
even
Jong-un
get
here,
cases? Because no one's leaving or coming in.
but that is
True,
kind
yeah.
of that is kind of smart.
You guys know a crazy thing about North Korea. Liam, you say no people are going in. Dennis Rodman, the American basketball player, is really good friends with Kim Jong Un, and he goes
Dennis
there.
Rodman.
Dennis Rodman is really good friends with Kim
Okay,
Jong
I've
Un.
got a fun fact about Dennis Rodman.
Go hard.
So message him right now. Literally anything on Instagram. You can message him fuck. You can message him the N-word. You can message him anything, and he'll just message you back.
Nah.
So that's how I'm gonna do it.
No, I'm not even joking. I've literally got because he has an automatic text.
Oh,
bot,
right. I'm just
And
gonna
it's so
text him
funny.
Dennis
Dennis
Rodman.
So I messaged him. This was a year and a half ago because I saw on someone's story and I wanted to see if it would actually work. And
I've
hold
messaged
on.
him. He has not seen or replied.
I just
Let me
texted
find.
saying,
Let me
"Sup,
find
bro."
it. Let me find him.
I just messaged saying sup, bro.
Who?
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis-
Dennis Rodman. Yeah. See, look, I messaged him. Shit, come, and then he messaged me. DMs are a mess. Text me, and then it's a link to a random thing, and it's got phone to text fans. Here are my contacts,
What
and he
the
just gave me a
fuck?
phone number.
One of a funny thing about North Korea, as I was saying, is Dennis Rodman's really good friends with Kim Jong Un, and he goes there every 6 months to just hang out with him, which is so weird because it's
Really?
just this random American basketball player hanging out with Kim Jong Un.
How does they even become
It's
friends?
dead.
I have no idea. How does someone meet Kim Jong Un? That's
He's not the kind of guy you just bump into while you're on your morning stroll.
Bro,
yeah.
I'm convinced Kim Jong Un has been cloned.
100%. He's dead, bro.
Bro, have you
he's
looked at
gone.
him? He looks so different now. It's actually fucking nuts.
Yeah.
It looks
No,
like they
he's-
just grabbed a random
Wait.
guy who looks similar to him and just you are now you are now Kim Jong Un.
Probably.
I wonder if that's actually true. I wonder if anyone that leads a country
Well-
has just been replaced at one point in history.
Well, because Kim Jong Un got really sick, and then he disappeared for ages, and then recently he made a new appearance with his new body, and he just
Looks
Jong-un's
completely
brother-
different.
just looks like a
Kim
bit
Jong-un's
different.
brother's
You know?
called it's Kim Jong-un's name backwards, so
Are you sure he didn't?
Something like that. Wait,
Are you
what?
sure he didn't just have a twin brother that no one knew about, and they just?
He does
Yeah,
have a twin
uh,
brother. He does.
Does he?
Yeah. I don't know if it's
What?
twin. He's got a brother.
No, he does not have a fucking twin brother called Jong Kim, Julio. You literally said his name is Jong Kim. I do not believe you at all.
Jong Kim. He does. One thing about him is that he has a sister who was gonna take over
Jong
power.
Min.
Oh, bro, she is so scary. Holy
She
shit.
is. I think I'll say she was something.
Dude got that dumpy though.
There it is. Fucking. She is she's was raised on fucking even harder shit than he was, because her whole, like, punishment method is just kill at the slightest misgiving. If anyone acts up, just kill them. And it's like she's actively stated that she's wanted to invade countries with the power of North Korea if Kim Jong were to die, and she is the successor for the throne of North Korea.
Yeah.
Which is so scary. It's just not good.
Yeah, when she gets back in, we're fucked, because Kim Jong Un cancelled on the nuclear shit, but she's just gonna bring it straight back.
Kim Jong Un did not cancel the nuclear shit.
Leo, how did you even read King Jong Nam as
No,
King?
someone told me that was his, like, his
And you
brother's name.
believed it?
No, I swear I saw it on the news or something.
This is so dumb. Kim Jong Nam, half brother of North Korean leader, was a CIA agent.
What? What the fuck?
He's got another brother as well.
Bullshit, bro.
Oh, he does. He's got another.
Well, he's got a sister.
No, it's not bullshit that he has another brother. It's bullshit that his fucking twin brother is a replacement of him and that he's a CIA agent.
I don't
What
think
the
that
fuck
was...
is going on with this family, man?
Imagine
Yeah.
imagine how baller of a move it would be to just be Kim Jong Un's brother, but just rat him out to the CIA and just disappear forever. Like you'd have to get full on like plastic surgery and name changes and shit, because you would be killed like immediately.
Oh yeah.
Anyone that rats out North Korea is like hunted down pretty much if they're from Korea.
Does
and
it
it's
say North Korean leaders slaying half brother? Doesn't that mean he's dead?
Yeah.
Oh no!
It says he is dead, mate.
No, he's not dead, mate.
Oh.
He's slain.
He's been smited at the hand of the powerful one.
So I don't think he escaped fast. I don't think he disappeared fast.
Nah, bro.
He's alive. He's just been
Definitely him.
no. He's
This
not
is
alive.
not-
He's not dead. He's been slain.
Yeah.
Maybe the CIA might have faked his death.
He's been slaying all that puss. Oh.
Shut the fuck up.
Uh,
Oh.
nah.
The CIA definitely would have faked his death. The CIA have probably faked countless deaths in the past. I'm pretty sure it's proven that they have.
I was watching this video and it was about how like the CIA and FBI and stuff, like they plan with the US government, like they literally plan terrorist attacks. So it looks like Cuba is attacking them. So I don't think they actually carried them out, but there's been found documents that they were planning to literally just bomb like fucking towns and kill hundreds of civilians just so that they would think, just so that they could like ignite a war with Cuba again.
That's the reason that people think that that 9/11 was an inside job, because at that point America was like itching to have an excuse. Like they really wanted an excuse to go to war with the Middle East so they could go in there and invade all the oil and become like capitalist fucking trillionaires. So the theory...
Still wouldn't be surprised if it was inside job.
The theory... Yeah, I know. Well, George Bush is the president, and no one fucking trusts George Bush. The theory is with that is that he set that up. And I'm not trying to push forward any theories. I don't know what I believe here. But, apparently the theory was that they wanted... They pushed 9/11 into happening. They kind of like... They didn't fully cause it, but they kind of manipulated it into happening so that they would have an excuse to go to war with Afghanistan.
Now look what's happened.
Wait, okay,
Yeah, and they've
hold up.
still lost the war there anyway.
Hold up, just
Yeah.
back checking a bit. Yeah, it says Kim Jong Un's half brother was working as for South Korea as a spy, because of course he would have been trusted to be
Yeah.
in North Korea, and he was assassinated in an airport. He was
I bet it was Kim Jong Un that wanted him assassinated.
Well, you know, they would have
Yeah.
found out that he was a spy, and then they would have sent someone to just take him out.
It's
Are we
pretty
gonna
fucked up,
get
man.
hunted and killed by the North Korean secret police for recording this podcast?
We should call this episode "The North Korean Government Are Hunting Us."
We should call it "Glory to North Korea" so that they
Well,
don't
North
hunt
Korea,
us.
you can
yes.
in North Korea, you can get killed for like showing any disrespect to even photos of
Yeah.
Kim Jong Un.
Yeah.
If you disrespect the Un dynasty, you get like fucking.
Killed.
Yeah.
The thing that's what it's
That's
called.
what it's called.
The thing that they do over there is because they have no internet and
It's like you, Leo, the Lao Ming dynasty.
the thing is with
Oh yeah, by the way, guys, Leo's Chinese.
Oh yeah, we haven't told you yet. Actually, do you
His
want to
real
explain
name
the
is Lao
backstory
Ming.
of Lao Ming?
Yeah,
I
we
don't
are.
know what it is.
It's not
Oh,
even
it's
really a
Adam.
backstory.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it was Adam. I'm pretty sure it was Adam that like first started it.
All I know is that you're Chinese and your name's Lao Ming.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the thing is with North Korea is that because there's no internet, but Kim Jong Un still wants to share his fire selfies that he takes. He just like, have you seen the cars they parade around with like 10-meter tall fucking photos of just him, and like they're playing
No.
like. So everyone there refers to him only as glorious leader. And they have like parades where government cars drive around with like 10-15 meter high photos of just Kim Jong Un on top of their cars, just driving them around and showing them all to the citizens, and the citizens are
Fucking
supposed to...
just goes
That's
through,
such a
bro.
power
Yeah,
move,
the
bro.
yeah, it's
Fully
like
like
De
Justice
Ravello
League.
with all the billboards. But
Yeah.
the whole thing with that is when these protests go, not protests, when these like parades go by, all of the citizens are meant to like drop to their knees and hail to glorious leader.
It's creepy, man. There's definitely some culty shit going on there.
Culty shit. It's like fucking fascist hellhole shit.
Should
Well,
wrap it up.
I reckon we should. We've been going for an hour. It's been good having Leo on the episode. It's been
Yeah, Mark.
It's been a great one. Leo, I know you're a fan of these podcasts, so would you like to lead us out of this one?
How do I do that?
In the usual fashion.
Come on.
Come on,
Outro
mate.
us, Leah. It's all up to you now. No pressure.
Goodbye.
Perfect.
Bye.
Bye.